Hello, my name is Dorothy Chia and you're watching Dorothychiapiano, where I talk about all things piano teaching and piano learning. Today, let's talk about pianist injury. Okay, if you notice today, I actually have a goyot or a plaster around here. So this plaster is helping my arm ache, and this is due to an old injury. I think some years back I picked up the pipe organ, and I think because of the different alignment and playing skills, it has resulted in some tension in my playing, and I developed tennis elbow. And it took many years to recover, and so sometimes when I strain my arm, this pain comes back. Right, so as pianists, and if you are an advanced player, it is quite inevitable that your hands and your fingers and your muscles would have taken some wear and tear over the years. Okay, so let's talk about how you can prevent injuries from happening. My teacher used to say that it is normal to feel tired after a round of practice. If you are playing advanced pieces, it is actually very normal to practice 3 to 6 hours a day. So basically you wake up, attend classes, practice, and then you go back, eat lunch, you go back, attend lectures, and then you practice, and then you go back and eat dinner, and then you go back and practice, and you practice till it's time to go to bed or the school closes. All right, so back in my younger days, in my 20s, that's what I used to do. So playing 6 hours at a stretch is actually part of the rigor of a pianist training. Okay, if you are at the beginner's level, then it is quite unlikely that you will suffer injury because children's pieces are short and they don't require that much stretching and rigor. So we're not talking about the beginner's level kind of repertoire. Okay, if you feel pain in any part of your hand, whether the most common would be wrist, so we have carpal tunnel syndrome, okay, any form of tendonitis, any inflammation on your arm, tennis elbow, these are some of the common injuries that can result for advanced pianists. So back to my topic, how do we spot these injuries? How do we prevent them? Okay, most of it is due to strain, tension, as well as misalignment. So when you play and you are at a funny angle, then if you do it over a prolonged period of time, that can lead to injury. Okay, so very important, watch out your alignment. Are you feeling tight at any part of your hand structure? Okay, repetitive motion can also lead to injury. Basically, you're doing, let's say, for example, octaves. Okay, and you do octaves day in, day out. And if you're practicing for a concerto, I remember when I was an undergrad, I did a Liszt concerto, and that piece had a lot of octave. Now, the mistake I made was that it was a cold winter day. I went grocery shopping, carried my groceries home, put my groceries down, and immediately went to practice. Now, that's very bad because cold means you're out in the cold. The temperature is below 0 degrees. So it's winter. Your muscles are not warmed up. And then you go into your practice of octaves, and therefore when I reached home, my muscles felt painful. What my teacher immediately did was actually reassess the way I was playing my technique. So there was a change of technique, and besides making the adjustments, I've learned my lesson. Do not practice when your muscles are cold. Always do some warm-ups and make sure that you're adequately, your muscles are nice and relaxed before you go into the full blast of octaves and runs. Okay, so repetitive motion can lead to injury. Another thing would just be normal wear and tear. If you keep using the same muscles and you've been playing piano for 50 years, 60 years, 70 years, it is inevitable that wear and tear sets in. So as we age, it is important to practice and actually also bracket in a good amount of rest, where you do spurts of practice and then you allow your muscles to relax and rest, to recuperate before you go into your next bout of practice. So space out your practice sessions, and that would help to prevent injury. Now, what happens when you are already injured? Stop practicing, okay? See a doctor. See a specialist if you can. And in Singapore, I think the closest we have would be a sports doctor. So someone that is seeing a very, very specific kind of injury. So let's say if you have a wrist injury, what is causing that injury? Yeah, or tennis elbow, what in your playing is resulting in that strain of that part of your body. And basically a lot of therapy exercises to bring back the health of your the injured portion of your hand. Okay, another thing that I have felt helpful last time was to talk to my teacher and retune your technique. Sometimes just being aware of how our fingers land or how our hands are at a particular angle when we play at the piano can tweak a little bit, and that will help to prevent the strain that is currently happening when you are tackling a particular piece of repertoire. It could also mean that lay aside a particular repertoire for a while. A change of repertoire would also help in preventing and allow your muscles to heal. So my advice is just don't play if you are injured. The more you just keep playing and you think, oh, I'll bear with it, I'll just push on, I think a permanent injury can sometimes result in just totally not being able to get back to playing again. So always think yourself like a racehorse. Take care of your physical health of playing, because if you pace yourself, then you can go longer in your career. So that's it for today. Remember, work smart, don't work with injury. Okay, till the next session, bye-bye.